On February 10th, 2013, this is social lesson number 5. Greeting Bridge friends, Michael here at BridgeHands welcome you to lesson number 5, where we're looking more at raising partners major to game and maybe even beyond. Now you recall the criteria were to have a partnership fit, the shape is important, and the strength of the hands, minimum, medium, or maximum hands. Additional criteria that we're going to look at today, we're going to blend in more of the losing trick count with those 3 different hand types and see when perhaps we have some extras, particularly as responder, using losing trick count and cover cards. Now for those of you who are comfortable with this lesson, what we discussed before in previous weeks, fine, go ahead and jump ahead some. However, if you'd like to really grasp the concept on not just using high card points and distribution point, but where we can find sometimes extra tricks using losing trick count and cover cards, then let's go through that review again. Secondly, when we get to the main part of the lesson, we're going to take a look at the perils of a responder not always supporting partner, wanting to belatedly support. Now, as you may recall in previous lessons, sometimes that is necessary because if we go from, like, say, you go 1 heart and I go 4 hearts, that is a preemptive sign-off bid. It is not showing strength. We normally instead would temporize by maybe going 1 heart and maybe a convenient minor 2 clubs or 2 diamonds, even though we have good support for partner. If we were to jump to 3 level, that is just invitational with the current methods. So we oftentimes will have to, at the 2 level, bid that convenient minor suit to go ahead and belatedly show support because our partner may have some extras. They may want to show something more about the shape of their hand or the strength of their hand. So we're going to take a look what happens when it is a belated support in a major. Well, what's that? 1 heart to 1 spade. Now, if you as responder have support for partner's heart suit, there are some perils with making the 1 spade call. Yes, it is another type of a temporizing bid, but if you're saying, well, maybe we'll have a double fit, well, the opponents, screwed opponents, will know they'll have a double fit too. And if they're non-vulnerable, well, as we'll see today, they're going to want to compete against you, which could cause some kind of problems with the play of the hand, as well as the bidding of the hand. So we'll check that out. Also, we're going to take a look at a dangerous opponent. What's a dangerous opponent? Well, let's say you have a hand, something like this, side suit with a king and a couple intermediates or low values. Then if your righty gets in the lead, they may play that suit through you. If they've got queen, jack, 10, they play the queen, well, you can see what happens. Your kings get kind of lonely. So sometimes we have to execute a holdback play, and we're going to take a look at that today. So we've got a lot of things in store today, so let's go ahead and get started. See you at the table. Now, as you recall, in prior lessons, we learned that it takes the partnership 25 points or more to make either a major suit game or 3 no-trump major suit game with a fit. Now, strength-wise, opener and responder have minimum, medium, and maximum hands, as we talked about a moment ago. Plus or minus about 1 point. The opener has 13 points for a minimum, 16 for the medium, and around 20-ish or so for the maximum hand. And also be sure to include your distribution point for length in addition to those high card points, but we're going to talk about some alternative methods for hand evaluation coming up soon. Now, responders' minimum, medium, and maximum is around 8-ish for minimum, 11 for a medium, and 13 plus for a maximum. Then opener and responder together with 2 minimum hands should only really make about 8 tricks or so. You'd want to stop at the 2 level. When opener and responder are medium and minimum, they can make 9 tricks in a trump contract. So stop at the 3 level after partner with the extra values, the one with the medium hand, that they invited game. With a medium and medium hand for the opener and responder, or a maximum and a minimum, 10 tricks should be available to bid game. Now, we also discussed the benefits of using losing trick count to improve hand evaluation once the partners have found a major fit. We'll discuss it a little bit more in detail in a coming slide, but to start off, openers losing trick count for a minimum, medium, and maximum is 7, 6, and 5. That is 7 losers for a minimum, medium when they have a fit, 6 losers, and with a maximum, that's 5 losers. Now responders uses cover cards for minimum, medium, and maximum hands. They have 2 covers for a minimum, 3 for medium, and 4 for maximum. So when both have medium hands, then the opener has 6 losing trick count minus the responders 3 cover cards equals 3 losers. Bingo! 13 possible tricks, subtract 3 losers equals 10 winners. And with 6 tricks for a book plus 4 more, it's perfect to make a 4-level major suit game. Okay, let's take a look at raising partner. Well, of course, partner needs to find a major suit fit to make that major suit game. An 8-card fit in hearts or spades is always great, and more, a 9-card fit is even better. Now the opener begins with a 5-card major, plain standard American, and responder shows support with 3 or more in the trump suit, hearts or spades. Or when opener starts with a minor suit lacking a 5-card major, now the responder can go ahead and bid a major only requiring 4 cards in that major suit. Then the opener can support responders 4-card or longer major with 4 cards themselves in hearts or spades, again totaling 8 or more cards in the major fit. Well, if we have a 9-card fit, that's great. That's worth an extra trick or so. Occasionally, I suppose we might get stuck with a 7-card fit. Well, how would that work? Let's say that I, as the opener, have 5 clubs, 4 diamonds, 1 heart, and 3 spades. Well, I'm going to open 1 club. You as responder, let's say you have at least 4 spades and 6 points or more. You'll bid 1 spade. What do I bid? Well, I could bid 1 no trump, but I've got a singleton heart, and I didn't hear you support the suit, so we may have a real big problem playing no trump. I could rebid 2 clubs with a 5-card suit. We always want to have 6, right? But under duress, I suppose we could. If we do, I'd want to have a pretty nice club suit. I wouldn't want it to be something like Jack 5 times. Maybe Ace, King, Queen 5 times. Great. Almost looks like a 6-card suit. Ace, Queen, 10 5 times. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on the rest of the hand. But why not consider supporting your spade suit even though I only have 3? We have some roughing points for me, at least, because I've got a singleton heart. So there we might use this Moisian Alphonse fit where we maybe only have a 4 and a 3. That isn't to say you don't have more than 4 when you bid 1 spade. Similarly, let's say that I had a 5-3-3-2, 5 clubs, 3 diamonds, 2 hearts, 3 spades. Yeah, sure, I'll rebid 1 no trump in that situation. Now maybe the opponents come in with 2 hearts. Well, now maybe I have to go ahead and bid 2 spades. It's a convenient support, but not a 4-card support because I went 1 no trump earlier. It's just go ahead and scrambling to see if we can bid in a higher ranking suit to win the auction. Well, okay, let's take a look at some losing trick count. Okay, now that we've bid the right level and we have the fit, hopefully we have a fit, or else we'll give partner fits, right? Let's talk about losing trick count. Now, as mentioned, the prerequisite for losing trick count is an 8-card partnership fit, 5 and 3, 4 and 4, maybe 6 or 2. I go 1 spade, you go 1 no trump, I rebid 2 spades, I have a 6er. Now, on a lucky hand, you might not even need a fit with partner when you're holding an outstanding suit with a suit quality of 9 or more. Now, suit quality equals the honors, number of honors, plus the length of the suit, as 3 honors plus 6 in length. Now, from our prior lesson, recall that the ace, king, and queen are not losers, except queen third on a side suit. Anything beyond the first 3 cards in a suit are not losers for the opener either, since we assume that the fit will be promoted after pulling trump. Now, as we mentioned, an average minimum opening hand is around 13 points or more, and with an average 5-3-3-2 shape in the suits, that should equate to about 7 losing trick count. However, when you have a better shape, such as a 5-4-2-2 or a 5-4-3-1 shape, that 13-point hand is likely to be worth 6 losing trick count, even though it's 13 points again. And with a medium 16-point hand and a nice shape, opener's hand may be worth 5 losing trick count. Rather than trying to calculate lots of losers in the responder's hand, the easier method is to simply count the cover cards. Now, like losing trick count your aces and kings as well as the queens and suit that is bid by the partner. Normally partner's major, but it could be partner's second suit. Also count cover cards for short side suits, provided that you have adequate trump for roughing. That would be 3 or 4 is even better. So responder's minimum hand of around, let's say 7 or 8 points, plus or minus 1, should be worth about 2 cover cards, assuming 2 primary honors, an ace and a king perhaps. With nothing but queens and jacks, consider downgrading your hand a bit when bidding. Of course, with reasonable trump and an extra singleton count on a side suit, that extra cover card will bring up your minimum point, say such as 8 points or so, to a medium hand, since now we have 3 cover cards. It'll help get your partner to a game with a medium hand along with your extra strength, that extra cover card. Okay, thinking bridge players, it's time to play things to ponder. Now, when our partner has opened 1 spade and we as responder have 3 card trump support with 10 to 16 points, it is often best for us to first respond in a new suit, not 1 no trump, that's a sign-off bid, to allow our opener to further rebid and provide that further description of their hand. Maybe we've responded 2 clubs or 2 diamonds. Now, after all, when responders' bids in a new suit are forcing, then opener will come back with a new bid, maybe showing some real extra values, making a strong jump shift. Otherwise, if the responder immediately jumped to game in opener's major suit, 4 spades, that bid is considered a shutout bid with lots of trump, 5 trump, and few values, maybe 6 points or so. And should the opener have a medium or maximum hand, 6 or 5 losers for the opener, then the partnership could miss a slam when we really had a nice hand. We as responder, let's say, have 4 cover cards. Since 5 losers by the opener and we have 4 cover cards, that's 1 total loser, a 12 trick slam. We wouldn't want to miss that. So when the opener begins with 1 spade, the responder might need to first bid 2 of a minor suit to show that 10 points or more, a convenient minor, even though the minor suit is not 5 cards in length. We're at the 2 level. Hopefully the opponents won't jump in the auction. Now on rebid, our responder can jump to 4 in opener's major to show support with 10 points or more. Or if the opener made a really big rebid the first time, we might go right to 4 no trump, ace asking blackwood bid. Okay, in our first hand, South is a dealer and has a lovely shape, a 6-4 2-1. In spades, queen 10-9-8. In hearts, king 10-8-7-6-5. Ace, king tight in clubs, and a singleton diamond. So we've got 2 in spades, 3 in hearts is 5, and another 7 for the ace, king of clubs is 12. Another 2 distribution for the 6 cards, anything beyond 4, is counts for 14 points in this case. So with a nice heart suit, let's go ahead and take a look at our losing trick count. And so no, do not use losing trick count. Remember, we need a semi-self-sustained suit that is a suit quality of 9. And here we have 2 honors, funky 10 at that, I might add. 2 and 6 is 8. No, we cannot use losing trick count unless we have a partnership fit. So that's it. We just say we have an opening hand. Okay, over to the west hand. It's a 5-4-2-2 hand, 5 diamonds to the queen 10, 10 4 times in clubs, ace 9 spot in hearts, and a jack double 10 in spades, no bid. Over the north hand, wow, 5-4-4-0, no clubs at all, and spotty honors jumping all around in the other 3 suits, ace 5 times in spades, queen 4 times in hearts, and jack 4 times, I don't know, in diamonds. Well, 4, 5, 6, 7, and maybe about 4-ish for distribution. We have 4 hearts up to the queen in partner's heart suit. So you could do 3 hearts in invitational. You do have 3 cover cards, right? 1 for the ace, at least 1 for the queen 4th of hearts, and certainly 1 for the void in clubs. But no, our North, as the story goes, wants to bid one spade. Only mom wants to know about it, not partner, but they're going to bid a spade and show heart support later. And here's what happens. Over in the East hand, well, not having heard three hearts, yeah, they're going to come in. If this happened to be a major, then we would bid it differently than it's a minor. How many losers is this one? Well, now we can use losing trick count. Look at that club suit. Queen, Jack, 9, 8, 7. 7-bagger. That's 2 honors and 7 long is 9. That's a semi-self-sustained suit. So your losers, 2 in clubs, 1 in diamonds, 3, 1 in hearts, 4, 1 in spades, 5, particularly with North bidding a spade suit. So if your partner had 2 cover cards, you could beat a game, get you down to 3 cover cards. That's 10 tricks. But in a minor, that's not going to happen. And with them both bidding, 3 no trumps is not going to happen. So let's be sporty. Let's be preemptive. They've gone 1 spade. Let's show our stuff. 2 clubs is just opening hand. 3 clubs is preemptive. 4 clubs, super preemptive. Yes, I normally guess we'd only want to go to the 3 level with a 7-bagger. But in this situation, I'd say if you're non-vulnerable, go to 4 level. Test their mettle. Will they go to game? And yes, South will go to game. They have 1 loser in diamonds, none in clubs, 2 losers in hearts, and 2 losers in spades. Yeah, with 5 losers, partner North should have 2 covers. 5 losers, take away 2 is fine. Okay, so 4 spades it is. I would say that over here in West, wouldn't you go 5 clubs, not vulnerable? Your partner's got, looks like 8 clubs, and you've got 4. Yeah, sure, you got little else. You got ace doubleton, fine, but yeah, you go to 5 clubs. But let's save that for later. Okay, so it's gone to 4 spades. Over to North, yeah, I guess you're going to pass, so it'll play in 4 spades. So in this case, we're going to have North be the declarer, South be the dummy. The opening lead is going to come by East. And you're going to lead an ace from ace, king. Look at the dummy. And your partner has given you a 10. Does that mean they want to continue the suit? Well, not when there's no more diamonds in the dummy. No, it's for a suit preference. And what does that mean? High ranking card, high ranking 10, high ranking suit. Something other than spades, meaning hearts. And yeah, you'd kind of like to lead a heart anyway, wouldn't you? Your partner's just confirmed, yeah, I want you to come to me in hearts. Good. You don't see an ace in the dummy. Maybe your partner's got the ace. Wouldn't that be great? If it happened to be a low-ranking card, not a lot in the dummy, there's just a singleton, then a low-ranking card would say you want a low-ranking suit, a club. But in this case, that wouldn't make much sense anyway with ace-king there. But who knows? They could get a ruff. You're not sure. So, okay, you're going to lead a heart. Queen of hearts comes out. Yes, they win it with the ace. And yeah, I'd say over in the North, you could probably play something other than the 4. Wouldn't you want to play the queen, maybe? Go ahead and false card. But you didn't, and sure enough, they can smell the proverbial blood in the waters like the sharks will, and they're going to come back with a heart. And yeah, you enjoy your ruff over here. Now, it turns out you're going to be able to get 1 spade trick anyway, but it sure felt good, didn't it? And maybe they'll not play the spades right. Maybe you'll get another one. Okay, so you go ahead and come back in a club. Your partner doesn't get a ruff. Nice try. They pitched on it in the North hand, in the declarer's hand. So you're going to come with a spade. Now, you don't want to play the queen and let it ride because you don't have a jack here. Okay, so yeah, you just want to play a low up to the ace, I guess. Remember, you had 5 and 4 is 9. They have 4. They played 1 with the ruff. They're down to 3. Just go low to the ace and hope for the best. But if you had that jack, you might be thinking about letting it ride, in which case the singleton king would get a trick, wouldn't it? So, okay, a low spade up to the ace. Fortunately, the king falls, and you go ahead and play a spade back, and now you have the rest of the tricks. Phew, that was close, wasn't it? You never got to play in that 4-heart contract, by the way. North did not support. Let's try a couple other variations, but first, let's see what happened if East-West play. Well, okay, Bridge Thrill Seekers, as we learned so far, generally responders should avoid bidding 1 spade with good support for partner's heart suit. This is especially true when the opponents are feeling spirited with favorable vulnerability, making them feel a certain degree of, shall we say, impunity. Now, it would be a shame to get pushed to the 5 level in a major suit that results in an unmakeable contract. That is, unless it is you who are, with along your partner, pushing the opponents beyond their major suit game. Now, regarding responder shortness, whether you want to stick to counting short suit points or enjoy using the cover cards to evaluate extra winners, be sure to upgrade your hand when your dummy hand presents roughing opportunities. Just be careful not to fall in the trap thinking that declare also counts shortness. Instead, the declare, that is the opener, counts extra for length, not shortness, since they must use trump to pull the opponent's cards in the major suit. And once that phase is completed, opener generally promotes the side suit. That is, unless of course the dummy has shortness in that suit and they want to use the dummy to rough losers. Okay, in this lesson we also saw the potential flaw of using losing trick count when ignoring the downside of hands with few primary honors. That is, when you only have 1 or 2 controls, aces and kings, and a handful of quackers, that's queens and jacks, use caution when bidding up to the 5 level. As the saying goes, the 5 level oftentimes belongs to the opponents. Not only may the opponents quickly take their tricks before you promote yours, they might also win some toppers in your side suit, giving their partner a roughing opportunity in your secondary long suit, as we saw. That is, when both sides have a double fit. Okay, bridge friends, that completes part 1. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks as always for your support and watching us as we went through some hands and a lot of discussions on raising partners major to game. More specifically, when we have the auction, 1 heart by partner, and we do have support. Try to avoid bidding 1 spade for the reasons we've seen. But we've got more hands coming up in part 2. Sorry we're out of time. Thanks as always for your support for BridgeHands. We'll look forward to seeing you again real soon. And as always, happy bridge trails to you. Until we meet again. Bye now.